Hello everyone. This is Dr. Megha from Department of Commerce, Nirankari Baba Gurbachan Singh Memorial College, Sona. So what we'll be discussing today is I'll be telling you 7 C's of effective communication, which is a very important part of the business communication that we do, and it is an important part as well in the business communication subject for BCom students and for the BCom honors as well. So I'll be discussing this flowchart given in here. So as you can see that it has got 7 C's of communication, which means that there will be 7 important aspects that need to be considered both from the receiver's ends also and from the sender's aspects also, like that the sender's side also. These 7 things needs to be considered while you are practicing business communication, which can be internal communication, that is within your organization, business organization, or even if you are dealing with other stakeholders, like if you are into a annual general meeting, or whether it is an executive meeting, or whether you are giving a presentation in respect to the clients or your seniors or your colleagues. So these are the communication skills basically that you need to have. We'll start first one with correctness. Correct, as we know, whenever you speak, it is a general saying that anything that you speak cannot be taken back. So whenever you're speaking, whenever you're communicating, you need to make sure that you are saying the correct facts. You should not be saying anything, you should not be communicating anything, whether it is oral or written. You should not be saying anything of which is not correct, because it will result into rumors, it will result into false information, which can have a large magnitude on the business of your business organization. So it has to be correct in all respect. First, you can delay the communication, but you need to be very sure of the correctness of the thing that you're trying to speak. Then is your complete. Complete means that the information has to be complete in all letter and spirit. Like if you're writing any notice, or if you're writing the minutes of meeting, they should be correct as well as complete in all form. If you're writing a notice, that the notice should contain all the important information that is needed by the receivers in order to understand when is the meeting, what is the venue of the meeting, and what is the agenda that will be discussed. So that needs to be complete in all respect. If you are giving incomplete information, if you are leaving the sentence in midway, if you are not giving the whole of the information, so the stakeholders or the receivers would be confused, and you will leave them in an ambiguous situation which you do not want, because in business every minute is money. You cannot afford on leaving things incomplete. Then is your concrete. Concrete means something that has a valuable or substantial importance. Concrete has to be, it means that whenever you're speaking or whenever you're writing in a business organization, your things should have a weight of innards. You cannot have, there should be no vagueness in your communication. Vagueness in communication means that आप हल्की बातें नहीं कर सकते. Whenever you are speaking, it should determine that the person knows something, and there is a certain confidentiality and responsiveness that the person is speaking up to. Because in business, when you are talking, you should come out as a person who's responsible, who can take care of money, who can take care of orders, and would not leave the client somewhere in the midway. Then is our concise. Concise means short. Your communication process and the message should be as crisp, as short as possible. And by concise, I definitely do not mean that it should leave out on things, because we had discussed completeness also. So it should be complete and concise. So the message should be well written, well spoken, but in a short span of time and in limited number of amount of words, because what it will ensure is, it will ensure that the audience or your receivers are well connected and well involved in the communication. If I keep on giving a lecture of, let's say, about 4 to 5 hours without any break, my audience, it is not humanly possible to have the same amount of attention as in the beginning of the lecture till the end if the lecture gets very lengthy. So that is why you need to have a concise approach. You need to have an approach that the receivers are able to absorb as much as you want them to understand, because communication, as we all know, is about making your ideas, your information as absorbable to the audience as possible. If you are giving a load of information on the audience and they're not able to understand your saying, your ideas, your thoughts, your information, the whole process is of no use. So we do not want that. So we need to make sure that it is concise, short and crisp as much as possible. Then what we have is, we have coherent. Coherent word means that it should be logical. It should be logical means that whenever you are putting on something, whenever you are saying something, the logic or the reason behind that communication has to come out very clear. There cannot be any ambiguity, there cannot be any confusion on what exactly did the sender wanted to say, what exactly did he wanted us to do. Because in business communication, you're not dealing just with the clients or the outside stakeholders, but with your fellow colleagues, your juniors, as well as your superiors. So you need to come out as a person who's very logically correct, who knows what he's saying, and he knows, or he or she knows basically what he wants out of that communication process. So you need to have your logics ready. Even, let's say, in a situation like COVID, when everything was shut down, business houses were reaping on huge losses and all of that, and if you're taking on an online meeting with your company workers, and for that matter all of that, so you need to come out as a person who's considerate but still logical, because emotions cannot take a front seat in your business organization. So logical but not insensitive, because communication will demand different aspects of your personality at different point of time. So it has to be logical. Courteous. Courteous, we all know, is showing mannerism, showing a certain level of consideration, so showing a certain level of interest in someone. So if you're communicating in a courteous manner, that will definitely have a long lasting impact on your audience. By courteous, what do I mean? Like, how do you become a courteous person in business for general? You cannot be too flowery with your language, you cannot keep on praising someone for a long duration, but you cannot be rude also. You need to have certain simple basic mannerism, which can be, you can greet on someone with, like, say, good mornings, etc. You can ask for someone help, you can help someone if they are asking you for someone help. So that will create a positive outlook of your personality. And business communication is about communicating, becoming a leader and getting things done, because eventually in business it cannot be all about talks. You need to have work on the ground level, and on ground level, if you want to get things done, you need to have a team of your own, and your team will only work if they accept you as a leader. Right? A leader is not someone who is a self-proclaimed leader, that I am your leader, follow me, whatever I say. No, you cannot demand on these things. You need to command that respect from your team members, and your team members will, for that matter, any human being will respect you if you show courtesy towards them, if you show consideration, if you give sympathy to them when they need you, if you're empathetic towards them. So that becomes a part of courtesy. That was the 6C that we were talking. Then we have clear. Clear means clarity. Clarity of thought, clarity of what you want to say, clarity of how you want to deliver your thing, written, oral, non-verbal, verbal, through your body language, through your gesture, whatsoever it can be, through a PowerPoint presentation, through writing on the chalk and board, through memos, whatsoever, how you want to have a clarity on your thought. have a clarity on your thought, and that is how people will know what exactly is wanted out of us from the sender. So that was what 7 C's of communication is. I hope all the 7 C's of communication were easily understandable by you, all of you. So thank you so much. That was my topic, 7 C's of effective communication.